Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to set you a couple of questions on coordinate geometry for this week. So I'm going to focus really on the distance formula, a little tiny bit on point, doesn't come up very much in the exam, a little bit on slope, parallel perpendicular lines, and also on the equation of a line. So we'll get started looking at the distance formula. I will say this is a quick summary. I'm assuming that you've done this in fifth year, so it's really just to get you going. To help you out with these exam questions I'm going to give you. So the distance formula is given here. It's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so we'll have a look and we'll see how we actually apply that formula. We have a few different points here, so I'm going to pick this one and we'll do this one as well. To start off, what I will always do in any of these questions is write out the formula. Now, these formulas are all given to you in your exam tables book, so you don't need to learn them off by heart. You just need to know how to use them. So let's look at our first points here. So we have 2, 1, and then 3, 4. Okay, we're going to label these points. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's make that look more like a y. So the most important thing, it doesn't matter actually which one you select to be x1 or x2, as long as if this is x1, this has to be y1, and if this is x2, this has to be y2. So the pair both have to be either 2 or 1. So then we just go ahead and we substitute these into our equation. So let's take square root of, and x2 is 3, so it's going to be 3 minus 2, because x1 is 2, squared, plus y2 is 4 minus y1 is 1 squared. So that's square root of 3 minus 1 is 1 squared, plus 4 minus 1 is 3 squared, which is square root of 10. And if you put that into your calculator, it is 3.16. So that tells us that the distance between these 2 points here is 3.16. Now, I also want to do an example where we have lots of negative numbers, just so I can show you how to handle the negative numbers. So start off again by writing out your points. And I'm just going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and let's just substitute these into our formula. I have it over here to reference. So we're looking for x2, which is 1 minus 6, plus y2, which is minus 3 minus y1, so that's minus 1. So I just wanted to do this one because it has lots of negative numbers. So we have our square root there. So we have 1 minus is plus. So it's 1 plus 6 squared, plus minus 3 minus 1 is plus 1. So this gives us, oh sorry, I forgot my squareds there. So that's going to give us 7 squared, square root of 7 squared, and then we have minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2, that's minus 2 squared. So that's going to give us 49 plus minus 2 squared is 4. Remember, we're getting the square root of that, so that's the square root of 53, and we put that into our calculator and we get square root of 53, 7.28. So just whenever you're putting in your values and they have a negative there, it's just really, really important. Put them into a little bracket, so you have the minus 6 in a bracket, and that'll remind you to multiply the minus by the minus there. Okay, because remember that minus is part of the formula. So that has to stay in there, and then that minus comes from the number. So that's why you have a double minus there. which will change down here into a positive. Okay, so that's a brief look at the distance formula.